So I want to start by first asking, are there any non-adults in the audience tonight? Any non-adults? Okay, good. This is my first story, so I thought I'd clear the air. And this is a story about desire. So in a story about desire, I want to talk about gyrating hips. I want to talk about beautiful slopes. I want to talk about exhilarating full body exertion. Yeah. A good story about desire has to be a story about skiing, right? Absolutely. Now, for those of you who thought that this was going to be a story about sex, I encourage you to extend the metaphor. There will be ample opportunity. But I will say that it might get a little bit weird because this is a story about my inability to perform. So 2 weeks ago, I went skiing for the first time in my life in Southern California. And so I know what you might be thinking. Some of you are probably still thinking about sex. Some of you are wondering, are there ski slopes in Southern California? Yes, and they're lovely. And third, you're thinking, well, why did you go all the way to Southern California to ski for your first time? Why not keep it a little more local? Well, this was an expense-free trip, so I had to take my friend up on the option. So I get there, and I got an unsafely abbreviated version of how to ski from my friends that basically consisted of pizza and French fries. So those of you who have skied before, you get pizza and French fries. So okay, stick to pizza and French fries. So my second run down the hill, I started to get a little bit more fluid going down the hill. By the end of the day, I was tearing down the slopes, having the time of my life. So I get back from Southern California, and every single night since then, I can't stop thinking about skiing. I had to go again. I had to go skiing again. And this last storm, a couple of days ago, presented a perfect opportunity to go skiing again. So I went with two friends yesterday to Mount Sunapee up in New Hampshire, lovely ski resort. And I was stoked to go skiing. And we're riding the chairlift up, and I'm confident, I'm excited. I'm telling my friends how much I'm looking forward to the day. And I get to the top of the slopes and started my run, and something was off. Something was off. And I'm going to blame it on the snow. This fresh powder, everyone's saying, oh, this is great for skiing. But I actually have a thing about the sound and feeling of crunching on fresh snow. Kind of like feels like sticking your hand into a bag of cotton balls, or like the squeaky sound of chalk on a chalkboard. So it was driving me crazy. And whatever, something was in my head. And for those of you who have had performance issues before, it's very much a mental thing. So I was falling left and right, going down the hill, mostly to the left, though, actually. I was having a hard time executing my left turn. So finally, I fall behind a ski instructor, fortunately enough, and I stayed on the ground for long enough to hear him say that skiing is about thrust and trust. I just made that up because it fit with the sex thing. But he did say that in order to do your turns, you need speed. You need speed, and you've got to trust that your skis are going to take care of you. So I finished my pathetic first run down the hill, and my friends were disappointed in me. And I go into the bathroom at the ski lodge, and I splash some water on my face and go back up to the top of the hill, and I'm going to do it. Thrust and trust. I'm going to just propel myself down the hill. And I found that when I was going faster than 0.5 miles an hour, it was a lot easier to carve into my turns. And my confidence was back. Ended up having a great rest of the day. My friends weren't disappointed in me anymore. I had an excellent skiing day. So to bring this all together, I want to end with sort of three morals to the story. One, with regards to skiing and sex, I will say that you should not let your desire impede your decision to use protection. So, one. When it comes to skiing, remember, thrust and trust. All right, the takeaway for me in that day was just to go for it, to have fun out there, and to just throw caution to the wind, don't ask questions, and just throw yourself down that hill. And lastly, when it comes to sex, my day job is as a sexual assault prevention educator, so I will say that not asking questions and just going for it's probably not the best idea. So I will say, when it comes to sex, always ask, have fun out there, get consent. Thank you.